In this part we are going to present our material in Marmoset Toolbag 3 and then we are going to post-process it in DaVinci Resolve. But before that I want to do one more thing here in Substance Designer. I don't have my backface texture, so I will go here to the base color and right at this last mask I will have a levels here, and I want to make sure that I bring up the contrast here. And as you can see, my backface tiles are getting back. And now you can go on and re-export this and take it into Marmoset Toolbag. Okay, so we are in Toolbag. The first thing I do here is to add in a mesh. For that I will go here to the file, import, and I will bring in a plane. And you can create your own plane, which you can then import in Toolbag or just use mine. You will find it in the resources folder. Here in Toolbag I need to press Alt, and using the right mouse button I can navigate. And the next thing I will do is to add some textures to this plane. So I will click here and here at the subdivision I will choose triangles, tesselation all the way up. At the displacement I will have height map. Let's bring in our height map. And at the scale of it I will have 0.1. I will disable the relative scale. Next I need a normal map. And I want to flip the Y channel here, and that is because Substance Designer exports in DirectX and Toolbag uses OpenGL, so I'm going to click here. Now I need the roughness map. Here at the albedo we'll have the base color. And then we need our occlusion. I have the speedy viewport mode enabled. You probably won't have this, so you won't have to deactivate this. I will do that. The next thing I want to do is to change the sky and add some light. So I will go here to the sky, presets, and I'm gonna choose this Canada Glacier. Let's reduce the brightness. And if I click anywhere on this image, I will get a light. I'm gonna click here and do some adjustments to this light. I can rotate the angle from here. Then I will do some changes to its parameters, so add the width, maybe length. I'm gonna also increase the brightness, maybe just a bit. And before I go further, I wanna go to the render settings here and enable the global illumination. I will set this to 10. Now let's get back to the sky here and do some adjustments. If I click here, I can choose another color for my light. You can just play with these values until you find something that you are satisfied with. Now I'm gonna go back at the sky again and I will add another light. And for this light I will choose another color. And holding the shift and with the right mouse button I can rotate every light in the scene. I'm gonna do some more adjustments to these lights as I don't like how they look. And if I click here, I can turn off this light for now. I'm gonna turn it on again and just play some more. So after playing with this for a while, I think I'm gonna keep this as the final render angle. So what I wanna do next is to go at the main camera and add some sharpening to this. Maybe 0.7. And then I want some depth of field. I'm gonna reduce the near blur and the far blur. And also this one. and I think I'm happy with how this looks. So I will go here to the capture and click on image, and this will render out my image. So we are in DaVinci Resolve. You can find a free version of it on their website, so you can just Google DaVinci Resolve. And the first thing I will do is to bring in our image. So I'm gonna just drag it in. And I will just drag it here. So to get in this view, you have to click here on the edit. And then I will go at the color tab. And this is a node-based software, just like Substance Designer. And the first thing I will do is to go here. I'm gonna decrease the shadow exposure. I can zoom in here to see things better. And I will also increase the exposure of the light here. And I will right click here and add a serial node. Then I can search for a light effect and just drag it in. I'm gonna do some tweaks here. Let's choose edges as source of rays and ray directions from an angle. I will reduce its effect from this global blend, and I can also soften this and increase the length. Then I can change the angle. And I think I'm gonna leave it as it is. Next, I will add another serial node, and let's see if I decrease the temperature. I'm gonna have it at minus 215. And then I will have one last node. And with this I'm gonna do some color grading. Here from the offset, I will just drag this point to somewhere around here, maybe. And that's it for the post-processing. Now the last thing I will do here is to right click here and grab this still. And then if I right click here, I can export this and have my final image. I'm not gonna export this, but you can go ahead and do that. And with this we completed the material. I hope that you had fun and that you learned new things. And I can't wait to see what you come up with.